So the 9-month visit is a bit of a reprieve for your child. There are no vaccines given at 9 months. At 9 months, we focus on a child's development. Babies are often starting to crawl, they're babbling more. Some babies are actually saying some words. Often babies will start saying Dada because it's an easier sound to say than mama. Not all babies do have words, but it is okay and normal if they do have words at this age. Babies are trying to crawl. A lot of babies are creeping and pulling themselves around on their elbows or arms if they're not crawling yet. And some babies are actually cruising at this age. And cruising is when they pull themselves up and they hold on to furniture and then they hold on to objects and get from one place to other by holding on to objects. That's called cruising. It's very important that when your baby is cruising that your home is childproof because they will pull on anything. They will open drawers, they will pull on drawer handles. So they often get their fingers stuck when the drawer pulls back, or they will hold onto a door or the edge of a door, so you want to make sure the door doesn't shut on the baby's fingers. They'll try to pull up on a toilet bowl or on the edge of a bathtub. You want to make sure there's no standing water where a baby can fall into and drown. Babies will often start feeding themselves, so they like to pick up the food off of their high chair tray or their booster seat table and shove things into their mouth. So 9 months is a really difficult age for parents because you really have to have eyes in the back of your head as far as safety issues. You have to watch what your child's putting in the mouth because they will put everything that is not nailed down to the floor into their mouth. You want to make sure that toys are age appropriate, that there's no little pieces like of a puzzle or little building blocks that are small, or any toys that have small particles or pieces from your other siblings or other children should not be left around on the table or on the floor because your baby will put that into their mouth. As far as foods go, a lot of babies are doing stage 2 foods, and some babies who have a lot of teeth might even be doing stage 3 foods. At 9 months, babies often start to eat cheese and yogurts. You could break up soft cheeses into little pieces. Babies are often doing meats at this age as well, and it doesn't have to be pureed meats. You can take little pieces of chicken or turkey. Some families do eat fish at this age, and what I recommend is that you just mash the fish up into teeny tiny pieces because there can even be a very, very small piece of bone and you wouldn't want a baby to choke on a fish bone. So just make sure everything is really mashed up and then the baby can eat it with their fingers. Babies can start eggs at 9 months of age. I recommend that you separate and start with the egg yolk first, and then after 3 days, if the baby tolerated the egg yolk well, then you start with the egg white. And once the baby does the egg yolk and then the egg white, then you can give a baby a whole egg because you know that they're not allergic to each part separately. Babies drink formula at this age, and they still get the majority of their calories from the formula. They're drinking still about 27 to 30 ounces of milk a day at this age. Breastfed babies are still feeding frequently, and the breast milk is the majority of their calories. Babies can have water at this age, but we do not recommend any juice for any infants. The next visit after the 9-month visit will be the 12-month visit, so make sure you check with your doctor what the new milestones that will develop between that 3-month period.